You're spinning a spinner and it has 15 equal areas. They're numbered 1 through 15. And we're trying to figure out if the spinner spun one time, what's the probability that the result would be a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3. So, you could just list out the sample space. So let's do that. So first things first, what's our sample space? Remember, sample space is all of the possible outcomes that we have. So all of our possible outcomes are the numbers 1 through 15. So then the easiest way to do this is to draw a Venn diagram. And you are like, what? I didn't think we had to do those things in math. We do. Okay. So we draw a Venn diagram to figure out what all of our possible options are. And I have a picture right here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my own down here so you guys can see it. So a Venn diagram always starts out with a square. Okay. And then we have circles for each of the possible outcomes. Or not outcomes, each of the possible events. Okay. And these circles are going to intersect because a number can be a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3. For example, 6 is a multiple of 2 and 3, so it's going to be in the middle. So now let's put all of our outcomes somewhere. So let's say that the green is multiple of 2. The red is multiple of 3. And so then outside of those would be not a multiple of either of those. So let's put all of our numbers somewhere. So where does 1 go? Well, 1 goes here because it's not a multiple of 2 or a multiple of 3. So it goes on the outside of the circles, right? Because everything inside this box, our entire sample space has to be inside the box, right? And so if it's not a multiple of 3 or not a multiple of 2, it's going to be outside the circles, but still inside the box. Okay, so 1, 2 is a multiple of 2. 3 is a multiple of 3. 4 is a multiple of 2, but not of 3. 5 is a multiple of neither. 6 is a multiple of both. 7 is a multiple of neither. 8 is a multiple of 2. 9 is a multiple of 3. 10 is a multiple of 2. 11 is a multiple of neither. 12 is a multiple of both. 13 is a multiple of neither. 14 is a multiple of 2. And 15 is a multiple of 3. Okay, so this is our sample space. We just drew it in a Venn diagram. So now we use this Venn diagram to figure things out, okay? So everything inside the green circle is a multiple of 2. Everything inside the red circle is a multiple of 3. Everything inside of both circles is a multiple of both, okay? So we're trying to figure out what the probability of being a multiple of 2 and 3, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's just figure out what's the probability of being a multiple of 2. So we can look at this. How many of our outcomes are inside the green circle? Well, there's 7 of them. And how many outcomes do we have total? We have 15. So the probability of being a multiple of 2 is 7 out of 15. What's the probability of being a multiple of 2 and 3? So that would be the things that are right here in the middle. So 6 and 12 are the only 2. So there's 2 favorable outcomes. 6 is favorable outcome and 12 is favorable outcome. So 2 out of 15. What's the probability of being a multiple of 3 or 2? So this is important to understand the difference between and or. And means it has to fit into both of these circles, okay? But or means it can be one or the other or both, okay? So multiples of 2 are everything inside the green, and multiples of 3 are everything inside the red. So we're talking about all of these numbers. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 of them. So what's the probability? Oh, I have that wrong. Ha! Because I did not put 15 as a multiple of 3 on our paper. That's what you get. That's what you get. Okay, so 10 out of 15 are multiples of 3 or 2, okay? And what's the probability of a number being a multiple of neither? This is going to be wrong too because I didn't put 15 in the right spot before. Okay, so what's the probability of them being neither? Well, it would just be these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we're going to have 5 out of 15 is our probability of being a multiple of neither.